Good day, everybody. It is Calxiyn and Hunter here. If you guys enjoyed this video, you guys should subscribe, become patrons over on Patreon to support the channel, and follow us over on social media. So, today we will be talking about, I guess this is kind of a prediction video for the next episode, but it's also talking about the party. And so if you guys don't know, the title and the thumbnail has been released. It is Cordially Invited. Jacques and Ironwood engage in a dangerous game of wits. Meanwhile, the kids must face their most dangerous threat yet, a high-class dinner party. And the runtime is 15 minutes, and we have a very nice little thumbnail of, I don't know if you guys can see, of Jacques right there, who
He's
is
a very
eating
white man. He gets washed out
steak and
easily.
beans, possibly, and a very large cup of red wine next to him compared to the rest of his body. Look at his arm, and then look at that glass. It's a goblet. Like, what the fuck? I don't know if that's just
I'm
the
gonna
perspective.
get fucked up. Maybe
I'm
that's
just
the
saying.
perspective, and that's like Willow's glass.
Maybe, I don't know. That's a big glass there, Jacques, okay? So first I want to talk about the history of the Atlas Ball, okay? The Atlas Ball has been a fan idea since RWBY Volume 4 because of the party that Weiss goes to after the singing. And the idea is basically...
Even before that.
What if they need to infiltrate Jacques' house, and so they sort of dress up and go to the party? You know, some sort of Jacques party, and there's the Atlas Ball. And usually there is shipping shenanigans that happen at the Atlas Ball. It's mostly Bumblebee, from what I can tell. Lots of people appreciate the idea of them reprising their dance, like that they dance together in Volume 2. They want people to dance together.
In fanfiction,
again.
it was always very like White Rosy, but that seems to not be teed up for the show.
I think
that's
lately
likely.
it's been getting more Bumblebee-ish.
Yeah,
like lots of people like wanna, you know,
certainly with this
lots of
season,
people are
yeah.
drawing Yang in a suit or Blake in a suit and the other in a dress, and it's all very.
Which can we
know.
talk about the possibility that they might have like redesigned outfits?
If they do not have outfit changes
I mean,
for
come
the
on.
high-class dinner party, I'm going to be very upsetty,
to.
okay? Because, you know, they were like, oh, why do the fans think we're getting a shopping montage? This is Miles, he said that. This is my
Miles voice.
Why do the fans think they're getting a shopping montage, right? And so, no, okay? You're going to a high-class dinner party. You cannot wear the regular stuff that you wear if they do not have an outfit change. It does not need to be shown. We don't need to see the shopping spree. But if they are not dressed differently, I am going to lose it. Okay? That'll be the last straw with me. Anyway, that's all I'm trying to say. Okay? So that's the first thing. Now, they say kids, so I am assuming that Team RWBY, Juniper, and whoever else will be invited. Because kids is like, you know, like I could see them sort of picking and choosing, but I feel like everyone will be there. It sounds like that this is going to be a bigger party than we may think. You know what I mean? Because the kids have to survive the dinner party. And so I'm assuming there's other rich people there sort of criticizing them, if that makes sense, yelling at them.
We see the marigolds again, and it's just like, oh, I met your sister.
Yeah, something like that. But I feel like that things will be sort of split off. Like, even if they all do go to the party together, I feel like, you know, Blake and Yang will be like, listen, Ironwood's busy. The Aesops are busy protecting Ironwood. Why don't we go and talk to Robin? And Blake will be like, cool. And then Blake and Yang will sort of leave and like...
And jump and skydive
and then
to Mantle,
and then people are sort of like, Blake and Yang are, leaving together. But it's not what they think. They're leaving together to, I guess, collude against Ironwood, unfortunately.
Yeah. Who doesn't leave to talk to, like, I don't know, a revolutionary?
Will the Aesops be there? I think so.
Probably.
Will the
like
Aesops die here? I'm not sure. Like, we have been expecting a Levi Squad type Aesops massacre since they were first introduced. Will they all die? I don't think so, because remember, okay, this party has other high-class people, but in my head, this party is the last piece of the puzzle to frame Ironwood. Like, I feel like that is what Jacques has invited him here for, and that is what he is trying to do. You know what I mean? Because Jacques has been working with Watts and Tyrion to frame Ironwood, and so I feel like to some extent, whatever happens at the party will be another piece, the last nail in the coffin to frame Ironwood. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that may sort of be where we're going here. In a sense. So yeah, I feel like that, you know, if the Aesops all die, how does that frame Ironwood? Like, that doesn't necessarily work very well, unless, I don't know, like, I feel like that the best way to frame Ironwood would be for, you know, either, I guess, one of two things to happen, like, for Tyrion to sort of come in like he did last time, but a Schnee gets injured or multiple Schnees. Like, what if it's sort of rehearsed? Like, all right, Tyrion, you are going to slash my arm so I don't die, but you're gonna slash my arm. Okay, Tyrion, you know what I mean? You're gonna slash Jacques Schnee's arm, but you can kill Willow. That's okay, right? I feel like because everybody's in this room, you know what I mean? And so I feel like that there could be a purge type situation going on, but I feel like they have to do it in a way where they blame Ironwood again, and I'm not entirely sure how they would do that this time. But I do think, you know, a room full of sort of noble people, the best way for Jacques to make it look like he didn't do it is to be like, how could I commit such a heinous act? My wife died in the violence. I loved my wife for years, you know, and then he's seen as the grieving sort of widow type situation. It would suck if they brought Willow on just to murder her, but wouldn't it make sense? Like, that is how Jacques can proclaim his sort of innocence, because I don't think I don't think Weiss is gonna die. They already faked out Weiss. I don't think they can kill Winter in her current prominent position. And so really, who else is there to kill? You can't kill Whitley because he's the heir.
Unless you can kill Whitley.
But he's the heir. Who else is gonna inherit the Schnee Dust
I don't know,
Company?
unless Salem promised him immortality or something.
Possibly. I mean, maybe.
So,
Or to make another son.
Yeah,
What?
I could always get another.
I just thought of something.
That he's a robot and then you stab him and he'd still be around? No?
What if, well, yes, but no. What if Watts is like, hey, we can kill your son because we can just make a robot of him that'll do anything he says, right? And he's basically, it'll only cost a little bit of your aura, Jacques, but I've seen it done before. Because remember, Pietro did it to Penny. And so we had this theory, what if Whitley is already a robot?
Yes.
But what if they just make a robot Whitley? At the same time, how do you explain that to the public, I guess? Like, you know what I mean? Like, my son was dead, but he's okay now.
He is my nephew.
You know what I mean?
Schmitley.
Exactly, something else. Some extended family. I'm just saying that they could make Whitley a robot. Or Whitley could already be a robot. I almost guarantee that Whitley is a robot as we currently speak.
When we first saw him, we thought that he was a robot back
yeah,
in Volume 4.
And now there's actually, like, what if Watts made Whitley using some of Jacques' aura?
Yeah.
Right? Like, what if he's a robot? And so what if they just pretend he was grievously injured, but he's a robot? It's like how they pretended that Mercury's legs were broken, but he had robot legs. Like, what if they do that for Whitley? Like, it's like, my Whitley will never walk again, but he's just really a robot, right? And so they don't have to kill Whitley, but they can grievously injure Whitley, maybe whack Willow, and Jacques can have some sort of injury. So it looks like that Ironwood's people sort of did it against the Schnees, and that they're already trying to get rid of the Schnees and do a military type coup or something.
So here's where I think I differ in my prediction.
Oh, there was one more thing I was gonna say. A couple weeks ago, I had a dream about a RWBY episode, and I posted it on Twitter, so you guys know that it's legit, okay? I had a dream that Jacques, Willow, Whitley, and Watts were all sitting at a table at a dinner party eating together. And now I'm a little freaked out about myself, I'm not gonna lie. But what if what happens here is that the plan is revealed to them, but there's nothing they can do about it? Like, here's what I would sort of see happening. Everybody's having dinner together, and Watts just walks in, he sits down, he puts his, like, feet on the table or whatever he does, and, like, everybody's just shocked, but, you know, like, RWBY and them, they don't even know who Watts is. I don't think they've seen Watts before, have they? Did Watts come through the portal during the Battle of Beacon? I don't think he did. I think he fucked off. I think he went home.
He's not a fighter.
Team RWBY wouldn't know, like, oh, that guy's with Salem immediately, but Ironwood would be like, you're supposed to be dead. And Watts will be like, yes, that is what I wanted you all to think. You know what I mean? And so I feel like that would be a really good scene if Watts just walks in like he owns the place, puts his feet up, and is like, yes, I am working with Jacques, my dear Ironwood. And there's nothing that you can do about it because we have already won. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. I would love Watts to just arrive there and be so unbothered, and Ironwood just, like, looks like he's seen a ghost, and everybody's like, what? So that's what I sort of may predict, is that they're not going to be like, ha-ha, me and Tyrion were working with Jacques all along, but Watts just reappears into the, you know, the consciousness of existing. I would just love him to sit down at the table like that and be completely unbothered by the fact that Ironwood's supposed to think he's dead, and he is very much alive.
I do like that. I don't know what's gonna happen. My prediction kind of went out more on a purge, because you're acting as though, you know, Jacques and Watts are going to continue to try to be subtle. I don't know if they're gonna be subtle anymore, I mean, it wasn't terribly subtle when he hacked the election in a lot of
Yeah.
ways. So I think he might just try to eliminate all of his enemies in one night.
Yeah.
Like, it might be like a Stalinist...
But how do you explain that to the people?
No, Stalin, you just take Ironwood out of the history books, right? You Photoshop him out of there. You say, Ironwood who? Never heard of him. If you say his name, you're thrown in the gulag. And I suspect that's what might happen. The idea that it's just he attempts to do that.
But wouldn't Jock get arrested? I guess unless it's Tyrion. And
Unless
Jock's like,
it's
I
Tyrion.
didn't know that this man was here. How can I have known?
There's
right?
we also have the discussion on maybe one of the Aesops is a traitor, so maybe not all the Aesops are there. Maybe it's just Clover, and Clover works with Tyrion to try to attack people.
Maybe.
That being said, I don't think it will be successful. I think they will try to kill them all.
I think people will die, but not everyone will. Obviously, if Team Ruby's there, you can't kill them. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know who would die. Would Clover go? Would...
Here's the thing. Here's what I sort of imagine. If all the Aesops are there, I feel like they will all die. But how does that get explained? I feel like what could happen is that Tyrion does come in, and they already know he's a serial killer and a homicidal maniac, and Jock was like, oh, well, you know, the maniacs. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jock, there's no connection between Tyrion and Jock, so it could make it look like Jock is a victim and then kill the Aesops. That wouldn't necessarily pin the blame on Ironwood, like I had said, but that would reveal that Tyrion is still alive, and then the public will know that Ironwood fucked up and a serial killer has been loose ever since. That would make it worse for Ironwood. I'm just like, how do we make this worse for Ironwood? So what I imagine is everybody's in a room, right? There are some generic people there, the lights go out again, Tyrion kills everyone, the Aesops are dead, and then on the news it's like, the serial killer Tyrion was seen at the Jacques Schnee Manor. The military had said that he had died, like, years ago. But yet, here he is. Obviously, people don't report the news like that, but that could, again, pin the blame on Ironwood.
And
you let this serial killer go out into the world, and you didn't think to alert anyone that he may still be alive. You know what I mean? Like, they covered up the fact that they lost Tyrion. And that could hurt the military, while losing some Aesops.
Maybe,
you know what I mean?
But the file did say he was missing.
Yeah, the file said it, but what was the public story?
I don't know.
Public story.
That might have been the public story because so much was redacted.
Yeah, I don't know.
The private stuff would have been the unredacted version. What I think might happen is you worry about the public, but what if, like, the public's hero, Robin, is also whacked that night? I imagine.
I don't think they'll kill off Robin.
Because, like, if...
They just got her
Or,
talking.
no, they won't kill her off, but it will be an attempted coup. Like, an attempted
But Robin wouldn't
takeover.
be at the Jacques party.
She wouldn't be, but I'm saying, like, if Blake and Yang screw off then what if, like, if there's more than one Aesops that's sketchy?
What if that's a fight
would
between
they follow?
Crow and
Maybe,
Robin? What
maybe.
if Crow was just like, Yang and Blake are going somewhere, but I don't think they're going off to fuck. And then Crow starts following them, and that's how he gets to Robin and fights off Tyrion.
Maybe. That could work. He wouldn't be the person to enjoy a party like that. That also makes...
Yeah, also there's alcohol everywhere, and I feel like we have some potential for a Crow relapse type situation, which would probably be bad. Like, Crow would be like, you know what, Ironwood? I'm just gonna not come in here, because I know it would be probably bad for me. And maybe that's what gets Crow outside, and that's where, like, say Crow is outside,
and
he's just chilling, and he sees Blake and Yang meandering
like, not
away.
With my niece! And
you
then
know,
he runs
Crow
over.
turns into a bird and sort of follows them, sees that he's with Robin, then Tyrion attacks, and he jumps in, and it's all like a...
It's a whole thing.
It's all a thing.
As you draw with your
You
hand.
know what I'm saying? So
But
I like that idea, but yeah, I think all the Aesops are gonna die somewhere.
I don't know. Part
Will
of
they
me,
be here?
I think
I
maybe
don't know.
all of the Aesops will be shown to be questionable. What if every Aesop except Marrow?
Is a bad.
Yes.
That's it.
Because maybe, like, I don't know.
Unfortunate.
Like, they, instead of, like, Tyrion, if Tyrion goes after Crow and Robin and Yang and Blake, if they split off out of the party, then it's the Aesops that tries to start cutting people down.
What if... I thought of a disturbing idea.
Yes.
What if Robin is the one that ends up attacking Jacques Schnee? That would
I'd be down for that.
bad. That'd be so bad, though. Like, because then it really is, you know...
A civil war?
Leningrad, like, in the Romanov, you know what I'm saying? Like,
whacking
then
royalty.
Exactly. I don't think Robin would do that, because now she knows that there is more sort of information. But what if that's what happens? What if people die at the party and then Jock is like, there's only one person that hates nobles enough to do this, and it is Robin Hill. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could definitely do that. So he could cause people at his own party to die. Again, it's Tyrion.
Robin.
Blame Robin, and then Robin's like, well, I didn't do it, so maybe Penny didn't.
I was busy fighting Yang Blake, and that could be interesting.
Yeah, I think that would be super interesting, and then it's just like, oh, well, then you get the mantle of people, the people of mantle revolutionizing, and like, yeah, let's kill the rich, actually. I don't know, I feel like that may be interesting if they, instead of framing Ironwood that night, what if they decide to frame Robin that night? And then, that would make sense for the Aesops to die too, because Robin doesn't like the military, and she doesn't like the royalty.
You really want there to be bodies. What if they just sit down and have a nice conversation?
I know, I'm just saying, like, how do we make this so the Aesops die, but it also frames somebody? It could definitely be Robin, right? Like, instead of framing Ironwood, if the Aesops die, that would frame Robin, and if the nobles die, that would frame Robin. So, all together, I mean, what's wrong with that? Nothing. It seems perfectly fine to me. You know what I mean? So yeah, that could actually be the way that they do it. I feel like that makes sense. Because then again, you have Tyrion killing people, but you could just say it's Robin killing people. And don't we have videotape somewhere of Robin fighting in the... I'm sure they do. I mean, Watts could just do the same thing he did with Penny, but with Robin.
Oh my goodness, can you imagine?
Yike-a-rooney!
Oopsie
Yikes
doopsie.
to that! And then the people of Mantle are like if Robin says it's doctored, it's faked, and then it's like, well, that's what they said about Penny. So did Penny do it? And then Robin's like, that's not my problem anyway. I really like what we've come up here today. Maybe they will just eat and have a nice conversation. I don't think so.
My favorite prediction videos are the ones where we just fucking carpet bomb every possibility.
Yeah.
So it's almost impossible for us to be wholly wrong.
I appreciate that too. But yeah, we had fun. That's what's the important thing. Anyway, we will see you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.